I don't know if I said that right. May I start
Yeah.
that part again? Okay.
So you were going into the housing?
Yeah, I want to talk about the housing.
Just put up from the housing. Action.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rupert, Vice President of Housing Services and Violence Prevention for the YWCA Metro Vancouver. This building was a partnership between the City of Vancouver, Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services, and the YWCA Metro Vancouver.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Spirit Terrace.
When we were designing YWCA Pacific Spirit Terrace, we met with a group of women who live in our existing housing to ask them what's working for you in this housing and what would you like to see different if we were rebuilding. And that gave us an idea of how we could make our housing even better. We built a little bit larger than the recommended BC housing guidelines for suites because we know that single mother families are going to be spending a lot of time in their units. Every unit has a balcony, every unit has a dishwasher. We have one bedroom for the mother, and then the second and third bedroom for children. We follow national occupancy standards, and wherever possible, we make sure that there's just one child per unit. Again, because we know that families are spending a lot of time in their homes.
It's nice having even like the intercom in my unit so I can see when someone buzzes, I can see who it is. My name is Evangeline Delia, and I live at the Pacific Spirit Terrace with the YWCA. I could not find a place for 2 months solid of an active search. As soon as I would apply for a place, a landlord would get back to me and say, oh, great, how many people will be living in your home? And I'd say, oh, myself and my daughter, and then I wouldn't hear back. So something about being a single mom really was a disadvantage in the housing market, and it's really discriminatory, and it was really challenging. So like the fact that I could secure this place where I can save money for my future and for my child, and also be able to live comfortably and not be struggling paycheck to paycheck, it's an extremely valuable service that there needs to be a lot more of this available. Other places with the general housing market, your rent is very high. There's very high inflation, you pay really high rent here in Vancouver. And so the fact that I have a brand new unit and it's 2 bedrooms, I have a beautiful mountain view, and my rent is below market value, it makes it very affordable. So I've been able to pay my rent, and I can also afford to save money for my future, which is amazing.
The YWCA Metro Vancouver has a mission for women to achieve equality. And one of the ways that we do that is to provide affordable housing to women and their children. Single parent families have the lowest income type of any family group in British Columbia, and single mothers make up 80% of single parent families. At Pacific Spirit Terrace, we also are prioritizing women who are fleeing violence from an intimate partner. We know that if they don't have affordable housing, they're not able to escape that situation and live violence-free. So we have a support worker on site Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and she's available for many different things. First of all, for emotional support, for advocacy if people are having any challenges getting their needs met with government or community agencies. We also have an art therapist who is in 1 day a week, and this was paid for by a private donor so that we are able to provide art and play therapy to children and youth who have witnessed and/or experienced abuse to help in their healing. One of the other things we do is make sure that people have access to adequate resources. We've had generous donations from the community. A local South Vancouver food bank who had been operating out of a parking lot needed some indoor space for the winter. So we invited them into our building.
My name's Craig Savage, and I'm with City Reach Care Society, and we are here at the YWCA, and we're doing our mobile food bank. And so they've graciously decided to host us, and they give us a chance to not only give food to the residents here, but some people from the neighborhood that are in need here in South Vancouver. We've been able to respond to those needs by having community partners like the YWCA that host us and enable us to get food to the families that really need it.
It cost $11.37 million to build this housing. City of Vancouver contributed $6.6 million, and the YWCA fundraised for the remainder. We were fortunate to have funding from the federal government's homelessness partnering strategy, BC Housing, Street to Home, the Maria Marina Foundation, and the Pacific Spirit Foundation, among others. To qualify for YWCA Pacific Spirit Terrace, you need to be a single mother with dependent children in your care at least 40% of the time. To apply, you go to ywcavan.org. We have our own internal application process available online, And also at that site, you can find the phone number for our property services assistant, who can provide any additional information that people want to know about YWCA Pacific Spirit Terrace. And just one of the nice asides, we are pet friendly. Housing is the foundation upon which people can build their lives. I can't overemphasize the importance of affordable housing in Metro Vancouver. The YWCA is committed to continuing to provide housing to single mothers and their children. We have 2 new projects opening in the coming year, one in North Vancouver and one in the Arbutus community. I'm Lisa Rupert, YWCA Metro Vancouver. We're one of the only partnerships, sorry, we're not, okay, I'll say we're the only. We're the first partnership between a fire hall and a nonprofit housing community. And one of the benefits of that is that the fire hall has a generator, and if there's a power outage, our tenants always have access to an elevator and emergency lighting. Welcome to the rooftop.
Stuck in this room for 6 whole days. I don't know where